Hello students, welcome to the online class by IIT's Public School. I hope you all are doing well. Today we are doing a lecture of the adolescence. It is a class 8, it is a lecture of class 8. It only will be introductory class. The chapter name is Reaching the Age of Adolescence. Reaching the Age of Adolescence. What is adolescence? What is puberty? I hope you have already heard this word adolescence in the chapter reproduction. ठीक है? तो पहले हम लोग देखेंगे एडोलेसेंस होता क्या है. तो नेक्स्ट स्लाइड में मूव करते हैं कि व्हाट इज एडोलेसेंस. तो समझना ध्यान से एडोलेसेंस क्या होता है. द डेफिनेशन इज एडोलेसेंस इज द पीरियड ऑफ लाइफ. Observe this line carefully. The period of life between childhood and adulthood. It's a time of rapid physical, cognitive, and social change. It is a time of what? It is a time of rapid physical, cognitive, and social change. ये वो समय है, ये लाइफ का वो फेज है जब बॉडी चाइल्डहुड से एडल्टहुड की तरफ बढ़ रहा होता है. ये वो फेज है लाइफ का जिसमें बॉडी चाइल्डहुड से एडल्टहुड की तरफ बढ़ चुका होता है या बढ़ रहा होता है. इसमें फिजिकल ग्रोथ भी देखने को मिलेगा, कॉग्निटिव इंटरनल ग्रोथ भी देखने को मिलेगा, सोशल चेंज भी देखने को मिलेगा. तुम बहुत कुछ अपने बॉडी में ऑब्जर्व करोगे इन फिजिकल मैच्योरिटी एज वेल एज मेंटल मैच्योरिटी एज वेल एज इमोशनल मैच्योरिटी. ये सब तुमको मेनली देखने को मिलेगा इन द एडोलेसेंस. द नेक्स्ट डेफिनेशन वुड बी प्यूबर्टी. प्यूबर्टी इज द टाइम व्हेन a child's body goes through physical and hormonal changes that prepare them for adulthood. What is puberty? Puberty is the time when a child's body goes through physical and hormonal changes that prepare them for adulthood. Puberty वो समय है लाइफ का, वो फेज है जब किसी ह्यूमन का या चाइल्ड का बॉडी बहुत सारे फिजिकल और हार्मोनल चेंजेस के वजह से बॉडी अब एडल्टहुड की तरफ जा रहा होता है. ये मेनली होता है तुम्हारा प्यूबर्टी. और जो प्यूबर्टी से सफर करते हैं, जो प्यूबर्टी में हैं, उनको हम लोग बोलेंगे टीनेज. उनको हम लोग क्या बोलेंगे? टीनेज. टीनेज क्या है? द एज बिटवीन 12 to 19 years or 13 to 19 years is generally called puberty, and they are called teenagers. जो टीनेज और puberty is same term. ठीक है. Teenagers are the childs or persons who are going through puberty. The next definition would be the next point is, as we have already studied in the previous chapter, reproduction. ठीक है, क्लास 8 का जो प्रीवियस चैप्टर था रिप्रोडक्शन, दैट ड्यूरिंग द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ रिप्रोडक्टिव ऑर्गन्स आवर बॉडी स्टार्ट शोइंग फिजिकल एंड मेंटल मैच्योरिटी. During the development of the reproductive organs, our body starts showing physical as well as mental maturity. Why does reproductive organ develop? Why is reproductive organ suddenly start developing? Due to the release of some hormones that we will study in next topic. Sorry. What are the hormones? Hormones are testosterone, estrogen. These are the hormones which are responsible for this type of changes in our body. So let's recap the chapter reproduction. For further continuing, we have to recap the previous chapter or the previous topic of class 8, the reproduction. कि आखिरकार reproduction में mainly तुम पढ़े क्या थे. ठीक है, हल्का सा रिवीजन करेंगे, उसके बाद फिर से हम mainly टॉपिक पे आ जाएंगे. Okay, so let's move to the next slide. Now the chapter is, the points are here. So in previous chapter we have studied that male consists of male reproductive system. As we already know that humans follow the sexual mode of reproduction, and in sexual mode of reproduction there are two sex involved, two genders involved, male sex and female sex. Male have separate reproductive organs and female have separate reproductive organs. What are reproductive organs? The organs that are involved in the process of sexual reproduction. So males have male reproductive organ or system, or female have female reproductive system. The first point is male reproductive system consists of primary and secondary reproductive organs. Sorry, spelling is wrong here. The male reproductive system consists of primary and secondary reproductive organs. In sexual reproduction, there are two types of reproductive organs. What are reproductive organs? What are types of reproductive organs? In males and females, in both the genders, there are two types of reproductive organs: primary reproductive organs and secondary reproductive organs. What are primary reproductive organs? Primary reproductive organs are the reproductive organs which helps in the production and formation of gametes. What are gametes? I hope you already know the term or the spelling or the word gamete. Gamete are generally sex cells. Gametes are generally sex cells. Sex cells what? Sperms in males and ovum or egg in females. Sperms in males and ovum or egg in females. These are gametes. Male gamete and female gamete. The primary reproductive organs are generally responsible for the production of the gamete, and secondary reproductive organs are responsible for the conduction of the gamete from male reproductive system to the female reproductive system by the process of copulation. Second is male reproductive organ consist of penis, a pair of testes, vas deferens, and some glands. You have already studied, I have already explained in offline classes, this all the terms which are written here. Female reproductive system consists of a pair of ovaries, vagina, fallopian tube, uterus, which is called womb. Uterus is the, I hope uterus, you remember uterus. Uterus is the funnel shaped organ where the development of embryo takes place throughout the 9 month. मतलब जो प्रोसेस होता है तुम्हारा gestation period, तुम सुने होगे gestation period. What is gestation period? The period from the date of fertilization to the development or the delivery of the baby or delivery of the mature fetus from the vagina is called gestation period. This time को हम gestation period बोलेंगे. तो gestation period और throughout the growth of the fetus, ये तुम्हारा होता कहाँ पे? फीमेल रिप्रोडक्टिव ऑर्गन के अंदर तुम्हारा एक था तुम्हारा यूटेरस. ठीक है. आई होप यू रिमेम्बर द फीमेल रिप्रोडक्टिव सिस्टम. This is area is called uterus. This area is called uterus. Here the development of the embryo takes place. Fertilization. What is fertilization? After the release of male gamete, after the release of male gamete sperm into the female reproductive tract vagina, the sperms move toward the egg in the fallopian tube. Okay, the sperm move toward the egg in the fallopian tube. You already knew this. Sperms तुम्हारा release होता है through male reproductive system और मूव करता है टुवर्ड द फीमेल रिप्रोडक्टिव सिस्टम टुवर्ड द फैलोपियन ट्यूब वेयर द एग और ओवम इज प्रेजेंट. जो भी तुमको ये सब बताया जा रहा है पॉइंट्स, आई होप these are all clear in your mind because ये हम चैप्टर बहुत बार बताए हुए समझाए हुए. ये बस एक छोटा सा रिकैप था ताकि अभी एडोलेसेंस को समझ सको. व्हाट इज एडोलेसेंस? तो एडोलेसेंस पढ़ने के पहले हमको रिप्रोडक्शन का एक बार डिवीजन करना बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट था. Now let's move to our next slide. अब एक टॉपिक और था इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक, वन ऑफ द इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक ऑफ द चैप्टर रिप्रोडक्शन. व्हाट इज फर्टिलाइजेशन? तो the point is only one sperm fuses with the egg to form a newly formed structure called zygote. What is zygote? Zygote is the first cell of the developing embryo. Understood? Only one sperm fuses with the egg to form a newly formed structure called zygote. What is zygote? Zygote is the first cell of the developing embryo. ठीक है. zygote तुम्हारा एक यूनिसेलुलर स्ट्रक्चर है, यानी कि मैं तुम सब कोई तुम्हारा, हम लोग आज मल्टी सेलुलर है, बट कभी ना कभी हम लोग मदर के वूम में यूटेरस पे वी वर यूनिसेलुलर स्ट्रक्चर एंड आवर फर्स्ट सेल वाज कॉल्ड और इज कॉल्ड zygote. Now the next point is zygote is an unicellular structure and is the first cell of the developing embryo. I have already said zygote is the unicellular structure and is the first cell of the developing embryo. The second point is the other function of testis is to release testosterone. Now here comes the topic. What is testosterone? Testosterone is a hormone which helps to develop secondary sexual character in males. Okay, the other function of ovaries, what are ovaries? Ovaries are the ovaries are the primary sexual organs of the females. What is the primary function of the ovaries? Is to release estrogen hormone which helps to develop secondary sexual character in females. Okay, secondary sexual character in females. What are secondary sexual characters in males and females? We will study in the next slide. But बता देता हूँ secondary sexual characters होता क्या है. Secondary sexual characters are the characters which develop during the period of adolescence or which develop when the reproductive organ start maturing or releasing hormones. The next point is secondary sexual characters. The characters in the body which develops during the age of adolescence or after the development of sexual organs are called secondary sexual characters. What are secondary sexual characters? The characters which in body which develops during the age of adolescence और after the development of sexual organs are called secondary sexual characters. ठीक है. Primary characters or which are present from the birth. Secondary sexual characters develop after the maturing of the reproductive organs or the release of the some hormones, sexual hormones. Let's move to the next slide. Now, this is the topic. Uh, Give me 1 second. Sorry, students, for the inconvenience. Secondary sexual characters in males and females. Secondary sexual characters in males. तो कुछ कुछ सेकेंडरी सेक्सुअल कैरेक्टर्स है जो तुमको पढ़ना है, ठीक है, जानना है कि तुम्हारा बॉडी में अभी द पीरियड विच यू आर गोइंग थ्रू इज एडोलेसेंस, प्यूबर्टी, यू आर टीनेजर्स, तो आखिरकार क्या क्या चेंजेस तुम्हारे बॉडी में आ रहे हैं जो तुम ऑब्जर्व कर रहे हो और जिसको लेके तुम टेंस हो, ठीक है. सम ऑफ द पीपल्स गेट टेंस बाय ऑब्जर्विंग सडन स्ट्रक्चर्स और सडन चेंजेस इन देयर बॉडी. तो दीज आर नॉर्मल, ठीक है, दीज आर ड्यू टू द हार्मोनल secretion. These are due to the hormonal secretion. So secondary sexual characters in males. First, growth of facial hair like beard and mustache. ठीक है, beard and mustache का आ जाना face में. This is the first secondary sexual character. Second is hair growth in chest and pubic region. Chest region and pubic region पे hair आ जाना. Chest, armpits, pubic area. What is pubic area? Area near reproductive organs is called pubic region. Area near the reproductive organs is called pubic region. Third is deepening of voice due to strength of the vocal cord. Vocal cord का deep हो जाना, strengthen हो जाना, tight हो जाना, जिसके वजह से हमारा जो voice होता है मेल में वो deep हो जाता है. And development of vocal, sorry, this point is wrong. Adam's apple. Adam's apple is the enlargement of the voice box. This is Adam's apple. This is called Adam's apple. Enlargement of genital organs, reproductive organ के enlarge होना. अगला point, development of oil and sweat glands. फिर इसमें oil आना, pimple आना, ये सब भी तुम्हारा because हो रहा है oil और sweat glands के development से. Next point is mental and emotional maturity. Physical maturity के साथ साथ तुमको mental maturity भी फील होगा, ऑब्जर्व करोगे तुम. सडन मूड चेंजेस आना, किसी बात पे तुम तुरंत गुस्सा हो जा रहे हो, किसी बात पे तुम खुश हो जा रहे हो. मूड स्विंग्स, these are called mood swings. These are due to the secretion of the hormones in your blood. Hormones are secreted in your blood in large amount in this period. That's why these changes are seen in your body. Next is secondary sexual characters in females. Some of the secondary sexual characters are similar, but most of them are different in males and females. The first is enlargement of mammary glands of breast for potential lactation. This is one of the important points. In male, chest area become broader. In females, the breast area become broader, or the mammary, development of the mammary or maturation of the mammary glands or the breast. Why this is done in only females? For the potential lactation. As we know, mother's milk is important throughout 1 year of the birth of the baby. That's why the mammary gland help for the potential lactation, for providing nutrition to the newborn baby. Second is widening of the hip or pelvic area. Hip or pelvic region near the तुम्हारा जो बैक रीजन है तुम्हारा, कमर के तुम्हारा रीजन, वो तुम्हारा मेनली क्या हो जाएगा, हिप और पेल्विक रीजन का मेनली ब्रॉड हो जाना फॉर एकोमोडेटिंग द बेबी. ठीक है, देयर इज अ रीजन व्हाई इज कर्व seen in the body to accommodate the baby, ठीक है, for development of the, because uterus is a tube. Okay, ध्यान से सुनना, यूटेरस क्या है, यूटेरस इज अ ट्यूब. sorry uterus, this is uterus, cervix, vagina, fallopian. This is a rough diagram for understanding the concepts. Uterus is generally a tube, muscular bag structure which accommodates the baby. So when the baby starts maturing, when baby starts showing maturity or the embryo is developing throughout the 9 months, the uterus expands. The uterus expands, and therefore accommodating the baby properly, the pelvic area or pelvic region or hip region become broader in females. That's why the hip or pelvic region becomes broader in females. Fat accumulates in thighs, hips, same point. Fourth point is starting of menstruation. बहुत important point है starting. What is menstruation? Starting of menstruation. What is menstruation? It is one of the important point. ध्यान से देखना होता क्या है when actually it is a topic reproductive phase in the life of females. It is one of the important topic that we will study in this chapter in next videos, but I am explaining in brief what is menstruation. Menstruation is the release of monthly discharge of unfertilized egg from the female reproductive passage. Okay, what is menstruation? Menstruation is the monthly discharge of the unfertilized egg from the female reproductive passage. होता है क्या है, तुम्हारा हर मंथ तुम्हारा ओवम रिलीज होता है एंड इट वेट्स इन द फेलोपियन ट्यूब फॉर द स्पर्म टू फर्टिलाइज द एग, बट every month sperm will not reach the ovum. In this case the ovum here stops for some days, and after not receiving the sperm it reaches the uterus. What is uterus? You already knew. Uterus is the region where the development of the embryo takes place throughout the 9 months or gestation period. So like fertilized egg, unfertilized egg also comes to the uterus and embedded in the wall of the uterus, internal wall of the uterus. During this period, the uterine wall, the intrauterine wall become thick due to muscles and blood. It also prepares itself for developing the embryo, but as the egg is not fertilized, the unfertilized egg embedded to the intrauterine wall of the female reproductive system. Now, after some days, it starts falling or breaking down with the uterus along with the blood and mucus. Blood and mucus. Blood और mucus के साथ ही कुछ दिन बाद वापस ये निकलने लगता है in the form of blood and mucus, and that is called menstruation, which is also called commonly called periods in females. So menstruation, what is menstruation? It is the monthly discharge of the unfertilized egg in the form of blood and mucus from the female reproductive passage is called menstruation. It's called menstruation, and throughout the reproductive life of the females, it happens up to 40 to 45 years. In healthy females, it goes up to 50 years. It is called menstrual cycle. So starting of the menstruation is one of the secondary sexual characters in females. Last point, hair growth in underarms and pubic region. Same point, underarms and in pubic area there is a growth of hair. Pubic area is the area near the reproductive organ. So यहाँ भी hair mainly develop होगा. And these are the important points of the secondary sexual characters in males and females. Our next topic would be this: reproductive phase in the life of females. What is menstruation? What happens if the egg is not fertilized? If the egg is fertilized, then it will become embryo and delivered from the vagina or the birth canal. But that is I have already explained in the chapter reproduction of what happens after the fertilization of the sperm and ovum. But what happens if the egg is not fertilized? अगर egg fertilize हो ही ना, उस समय उस केस में क्या होगा तुम्हारा? उस केस में तुम्हारा फीमेल रिप्रोडक्टिव सिस्टम कैसे रिस्पॉन्स करेगा? And here comes the topic: menstrual cycle, menstruation, and menopause. Menopause is a complete stoppage of the menstruation or the ending of the reproductive phase in life of female. That is called menopause. Or menarche is the beginning of the reproductive phase or beginning of the menstruation. It's called menarche. So next topic will be reproductive phase in the life of females. These are the main points. Note down properly. What are secondary sexual characters in males and secondary sexual characters in females. तो दोनों में ही तुम्हारा एक और चीज देखने को मिलेगा कॉमन: मेंटल एंड इमोशनल मैच्योरिटी. ठीक है, मूड स्विंग्स आना, ठीक है, सडन एंग्री, सडन हैप्पी, सडन सैड, सडन नॉर्मल, ये सब कॉमन है तुम्हारा. और ये हो क्यों रहा है? बिकॉज ऑफ द हार्मोनल चेंजेस. बॉडी में कुछ हार्मोनल चेंजेस आ रहा है, बॉडी में तुम कुछ चेंज ऑब्जर्व कर रहे होगे इस समय. दैट इज व्हाई दैट्स बिकॉज ऑफ द release of hormones in large amount in your blood. So okay, that's it for today's class. In next class we will discuss the topic reproductive phase in the life of females. For now, till now, prepare the notes, okay, or throughout the videos take screenshots and make notes from the lectures and revise the concepts by your respective book with your help of respective books. Okay, and in next class after the video I will provide some questions. Prepare the questions, solve it. Done. Okay, thanks. Like the video and subscribe it.